Hey guys, it's Move here with release of Azurelands 2. Here's some install instructions presented by a special guest, fellow modpack creator, and internet personality Edamame TV.
This is a short video guide on how to install Azurelands 2, or update it if you already have the old version installed. First, head on over to the Azurelands 2 mod page, the SDK version. Scroll down the page until you see installation in the middle of the page. Follow the Python SDK install link, go to releases and download willow2 sdk.zip and nothing else. Head over to Steam, right click on your Borderlands, then click Manage, and click Browse Local Files. What you see here is what modders refer to as the base Borderlands 2 folder. Drag and drop the Willow 2 folders into your Borderlands 2 folder. You can ignore my message of replace all files, as I've only got it installed for the updating users. After you've installed the Python SDK, we'll now download the newest version of Azurelands 2. Head over to Steam, right click on your Borderlands, then click Manage, and click Browse Local Files. What you see here is what modders refer to as the base Borderlands 2 folder. Open up the Azurelands 2 zip and drag everything in there into the Borderlands 2 base folder, not into the binaries folder. Everything should install automatically. This section is for those who are updating from version 1.6.3 to version 2. First, head to your Borderlands 2 SDK mods folder. This could be in either Borderlands 2, binaries, Win32 mods, or if you've updated the SDK, it will be in Borderlands 2 SDK mods. You're going to delete the following folders, but not the .sdk mod versions. Delete coroutines, dialog skipper, photo mode, sliding, tweens, and UE math. Remember, delete the folders and not the .sdk mods, as we now use .sdk mod as standard. After all of this, you should have updated SDK mod folders and .sdk mods. After extracting the folders into your Borderlands 2 game, you'll want to launch the game. In-game, in the main menu, you should see a mods menu. Clicking into it, you should see a bunch of SDK mods in here. A lot of these mods are optional and mainly quality of life mods, but the mods you will need to enable is command extensions and sanity saver. These are required to make the mod run. The ones that I highly recommend are Dialog Skipper and Python Part Notifier. Dialog Skipper skips a lot of the dialogue in the game, and Python Part Notifier makes it easier to identify the new parts that Azurelands 2 adds. After enabling the previous mods, you're welcome to enable all the other included mods for additional quality of life features. Before executing the mod, you'll have to get a new character to the first checkpoint after My First Gun. Once you reach that fast travel, you're welcome to save quit and execute the mod. To execute the mod, you will need to open the console with whatever your console key is. We use tilde usually, which is below the escape key, but double check what yours is. Once you're in the console, type exec space Azurelands 2 renewed.blcm. After pressing enter, if you don't see any messages popping up, that's a good sign. Otherwise, if you do see any error messages, it's a bug and you should report it in the Azurelands 2 Discord. The say commands were removed as they caused issues with offline mode on Steam or when shift is down. Additionally, you can open up the console with that tilde key, hit up on the arrow keys, and press enter. This is a fast way to run the command and allows you to rerun it without having to type it out every single time. Before loading an Azurelands save, make sure you execute the mod every time you launch your game. Otherwise, the game will sanity check your items and delete them. After executing the mod, load up your fresh character and you should see some new items in your inventory. To double check, you can also see that you have a new skill tree, and for sanity's sake, go to your badass rank screen and down the very bottom, it should show running Azurelands v2.0.0. If you see that message and you have those new items, congratulations, you are now running Azurelands 2. Go loot Pandora and have fun.